Yeah, hi. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, sir.
Okay.
Good
Uh,
afternoon.
Good afternoon. So you all have OPP exam today, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So today we will discuss about some instructions of the OPP exam, and then we will discuss the mock solution also. And so we will start from the basic instruction. We have also shared the announcement for that. Let me share my screen. Okay, I hope my screen is visible.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so these are the instructions for the today OPP exams. Okay, so there are total six problems in the OPP exam where you have to do total four problems. Okay, and so in this exam there are two part. So you can see first part the you will get three questions each with weightage 20 marks, and you have to do two questions among all these three, so for getting 40 marks. So another part is have same things, three question, and you need to do two questions, but the weightage is here 30 marks for each question. Okay, so total 60 marks. This is for just like a passing thing, so 100 marks criteria. But if there are some bonus marks are also there. Suppose if you have completed all four problems, all required four problems, two problems from part one, two problems from part two, with the all test case pass, then you have an opportunity to get two more bonus marks. So that bonus marks will directly added in your final course score. Okay, so the criteria is if you attempt the third questions in the part one. Okay, so that you will get a one bonus mark. Not attempt. If you attempt and pass all the test cases, then you will get a one bonus marks for that. And same things for the second part. If you attempt the another last additional problem, in part 2 you will get a one bonus marks for that also. So in this case means suppose if you're getting 100 marks in the OPP exams, so then this bonus marks is applicable to you. Okay, so you can also earn two marks for the final score. So this is the instructions. Okay, so part 1 basically 20 marks weightage is there, so questions will be easy, simple conditional based questions, and loop and conditional like combination. So here the we expect that you should have good understanding of the conditional statements. So that means if problem is there where the conditions are required to set up the that solution, so that condition you should know how to write the conditions, multiple condition with the help of if else or else combination. Same things loop, simple loop based questions. You should very clear to that how to actually write a loop, for loop, while loop. Okay, so that things is required to for the part one problems, and these problems will be easy. Definitely you can do two problems easily in this part if you have good understanding of loop and conditional statements. Yeah, some logic will be there, so but that logic will also be easy. Okay, so just try to give proper time to this part to solve all question in this part. Okay, and part 2 will also be have the same so as you know that syllabus is till week 6, so questions will also be based on then same things, loop and condition and all these things. But maybe one question you will get based on the pointer also, so where some pointer will be given to you, you need to just assign the value to the pointer, you need to read the value from pointer, like this type of basic operations with the pointer you need to know in the second part one problem. Otherwise the remaining two problem will be also very similar to your that assignments, simple some but some logic will be there. Otherwise that can also be solved with the help of loops and conditional statement, but you have to figure out some logic to solve them. Okay, so you have 2 hours. I think you can complete the part one fastly, and you can give more time to the part 2. First focus on to get the 100 marks, then focus to the bonus marks only. Okay, so yeah, we have released this mock paper where the questions have some like lengthy code, but in the final OPP exam, questions will be easy compared to the, at least part one will be easy to compare to the your mock questions. So generally we give the mock questions a little bit tough, so you can get some idea that what type of level will be the exam. But in OPP exam we give some lower level, so you can easily solve the OPP question also. But you should have a good practice definitely for this OPP exam. Okay. Otherwise, all type of question you have already done in your assignments. Questions will be very similar to that. Okay. So regarding any doubt in this OPP instructions or anything, if you have any query, anyone?
Then the grading document, it said we need to write an SOP exam to be qualified for the OPP. What does that mean?
SOP, that is not SOP. Yeah, there is one exam actually conducted before the OPP. That is not the exam. That is just a testing type of things. Okay, so just check the system environment. Your system is working properly. Your camera is working properly or not. So I think that links is already sent many days before to everyone. So where you need to. So you got the link for the OPP exam or everything or not?
We get that.
No, no. Those who asked the query. Yeah,
No, I
Sudarshan.
didn't get the link for the OPP exam. I just got two emails from you saying that OPP will be today and the instructions for that. Only those two emails I received.
So for SCT, we didn't got the slot. We just got a notification about it, but there was no slot for it.
No, so there is no slots for the actually that SCT exam. There is only one link, instruction or email is sent. After that, you need to just open the Gmeet and just set up your camera and just click one image and upload that image into the Google form. That was the
So I
only
didn't
task.
receive any link for that. There was
No,
no link.
everyone received the emails for that. Then no link. Actually, email contains that. Okay, so link is also not required for that. You need to just join a Gmeet. You can create your Gmeet also. Okay, you need to join any Gmeet just and set up your camera and also join the Gmeet through your camera and just click one screenshot of from your laptop. So how your view is coming from your phone, and just upload that image to the Google form, which is shared in the mail. So that was the task. There is no slots, there is no proctor for this SCT exam. So this is just a system compatibility test. If you not done this, I'm not sure that you are eligible for the OPP exam, but you can check with the support regarding this. I can't do anything because I think this is the criteria. Everyone should attempt the at SCT. Okay, so you can check with support. You can write a mail to support or you can call to support. What you have the choice right now. Okay. Any other instruction?
When will
Any
be
other
the actual exam? What timing?
timing is in evening, I think. So others you have received the
7
slot.
to
Yes, sir.
9.
79.
7 to 9 is there. Na? So just check your calendar. I think everyone have received some Gmeet invitation for that. Correct? Those who have received.
Yes, sir.
Hmm.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So check your Google Calendar by your registered email ID, then the student email ID, and check if you are eligible for this exam. Then definitely you will receive a one Gmeet invitation. You need to join that, and some mail is also sent where the all instructions are given for the exam link or everything. Okay, so Any other query related to the exam, or shall we go with the solution?
Sir,
So what if we have a power cut during OPV?
No, you have to arrange something for that. If power cut is there, you don't have any backup in your laptop.
No, sir. I have the backup in the laptop, but the lights will be darkened.
So if you suppose if power cut is there and you suppose your laptop is also down, just inform to the proctor that okay. So power cut is there. You maybe disconnect. Okay, everything just inform to the proctor if you have any issue
Okay, sir.
in the meeting. Okay. Okay, and also the thing is that portal will be very similar to your that course page. Okay, so course like this interface. Uh, just use the new UI. Okay, switch to new UI. By default, maybe open that old UI. This UI you can see in the page like this. This is the old UI. Okay, where in the one page you are able to see everything, question, editor, everything. Okay, so but we will definitely suggest that use the new UI to solve the OPP exam. Okay, so where only one page is there, so where you can see the question statement also same. You can also write the solution also. Okay, so that is the good UI compared to the old UI. Okay, this is one suggestion. After that, okay, let's start the solution of these problems. So these are basic problems, and the OPP exam questions will be comparatively easy to this. Okay, so like first question, and also one thing, most of the questions will be like you need to write a function definition like this. Okay, so you can see third problem where you need to write a function total. So that means main function will already given in the question statement, where that main function is will be read the input and print the output something, and your task will be the just complete the function body. Okay, so function is calling from the main function, and it will print by the main function. Output will be print by the main function. Just complete this function body. What function task is given in the question statement, and input is these parameters. What parameters are actually passing into the function? That's are the input for your task. Okay, so no need to read the input for this type of question statement. Do not write this scanf function or these things. Just use these variables as a input and complete your task. So most of the, I think most or maybe all of the questions will be based on this type of structure. Okay, so yeah, so just focus on this. So let's start with this. So first problem here. So this is you can see write a C program. Here this question is asking the to write a complete main function body. Okay. So here main this code is given. Some instructions are given. This is just a steps what you need to do. Here input also you need to read. Okay, and then print the output also. So write a C program that reads the coordinates of a point x and y as integer and determines in which quadrant the points lies. Assume that neither of the coordinate will be 0. Okay. So here these instructions are given. You can see these conditions are given. Let me. Okay. So just read this condition and you need to write a condition for this. Okay, if both x and y are positives, print this. Okay, this is the message you need to print in the output. Okay, as a string. If x is negative and y is positive, print this message. If both are negative, print this message quadrant 3. If x is positive and y is negative, print this message. So all four conditions are given. Just write these conditions and print the output according to the question statements. Okay, so what first thing, for this question is just read the input. Okay. So variable initialization, it is given here. So this is the first step basically. What variable you want to use, just initialize first. Okay, initialize and declare first. So like we need to read a x and y value for this problem. Okay, because you can see the sample input 5 and 7. Two values are coming in the input, and we need to print the output in this format. So here, one more thing is important. Output actually. Okay, so output should be the exact same format as required. Okay, here quadrant space 4 is given. So do not print like this quadrant and without space 4. Okay, so that will not match the configured output and your test case will be failed. So what type of output format is given? Print your output in the same format. Okay, so that is the sometimes many students report that I print 4, 3, 2, 1 like this is also logically valid, but this is not the nature of the exam. Here we need to write a exact output. What is the required? Okay, so this int first because both value are integer. So here we will just declare this x and y. So our declare part is complete. Now we will just read a input. Okay, so input we can read using a scanf and percentile d. Because we have two value, just use one more percentile d, and just use the and symbol for x and other for y. Okay, so we are reading two inputs here, x and y. So now this part is done, input part is done. Now just use the your logic. So just write the condition as given in the question statements. Okay, so if x is both are positive, so how you will write a condition for this? Okay, because these are the four condition, so all should be checked one by one. If any first one condition is satisfied, so another condition should not be checked. So we can write this complete structure with the help of if else like this. Okay, so if so in the first condition, if both are positive, so both are positive means if x is greater than 0. Okay, and because here and is given. Okay, so and means both values should be, so both conditions should be satisfied here. X should also be greater than 0 and y should also be greater than 0. So use the and operator, not or operator. Okay, so that uh, double n. Okay, so this is the operator for double n, and just write a y is greater than 0. Okay, so this is the first condition, and here you need to print the mass is this quadrant space 1. Okay, so this is the first message. So now you need to replicate this type of condition four times. So just like this. So here use only that else if. Okay, and this also else if. And after this, only the one condition is possible. So you can write here else, and no need to write this condition. Okay, just correct the condition also for all. So second condition is given if x is negative. Okay, so if x is less than 0 and y is positive. Okay, so this is the second condition, and this is quadrant 2. Now third condition is if x and y both are negative. So just make this negative. Okay, this is quadrant 3 and else. Okay, so remaining condition is only that if both are that y is negative and x is positive. So that will by default come in the else part. That is quadrant 4. Okay, so in this way you can see we have written the code, and just test this. So you can see all public test case pass. Okay, so make sure that your private test case should be passed for your marks. Okay, Public test case doesn't have any weightage. So yeah, so you can see 5 out of 5 private test case pass. So this type of condition structure is very important for your OPP problem also. At least one problem can be solved only by this structure. Okay. So you should know very well how to write if else if this type of block. Just check the condition and output. In the function type of code, question statement will ask to return some value. So maybe instead of this print statement, you need to return something from the function. So use the return statement from your function. Okay, do not print the output if question is not asking to print in the function. Okay, so this is first problem. I hope this is clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Second, write a C program that prints a discount based on the customer membership level and their purchase amount. The discount rules are as follows. Gold member G. Here character is given. So this character is also a part of input. Okay. So that means we are reading one character and we are reading some integer value in the input. And based on that, we need to figure out the discount. So purchase a gold member is, if purchase is greater than 1000, discount is 20%. Purchase is less than 1000, this discount. That means multiple condition is again given here. So same type of conditional statement is there, but here nested condition is required, because first we will check what type of member is, and then second we will check the condition inside the member, because we have two type of validation here. So silver is the S character is there, so then condition is different. For regular customer, condition is different. So input is first character, second is integer represent. Output format is float value, okay, with 2 decimal point. So this is the input output format, and this is the condition. So here also complete code you need to written here. Yeah, complete code. Okay. So same things you can start. So here you need to write a complete code. So hash include I hope this is visible now. Include h. Okay. Saint main. So this is the normal structure, and just use return 0. Okay. Now the first step is what type of information we need to read. We need to read a member type and also in the amount. So this is the two input we need to read. So we will store these information in some two variable and one for the discount. Okay. So that should be the float. So one is care. It's like member type. Second is amount. And third is float. Discount. Okay, so these three variable we will use, and first the input part. Okay, so in scanf. So now we need to read these value like percentile C, and that is okay, and that variable is member type. Okay, and same scanf percentile D, and this is will be stored in the amount variable. Okay, so now input is read it. So our now task is to write to logic. So logic is simple. First write the condition for the member type. So like if, and inside this member type, if member type is equal to gold. Okay, so that is capital G, because we have three type of members, so we can write the condition for these three. But if this is the input member type, then the what is the condition for discount. Okay, So just write like inside this, just write another condition. So if amount is greater than equal to like 1000, so that discount equal to amount into, so 20%. So 20% we can simply multiply by this 0.20. Okay, so you will get a 20% of this. Okay, now else part, or else, or you can write a you can write simple else here. So same if okay, otherwise discount equal to amount into percentage is 15, so 0.15. Okay, so now you can see we have written the condition for one type. You can replica the same for the three type. Okay, so if, then this is the second condition. So else if, okay, if member type is that silver s. Okay, so if purchase amount is greater than this, so just use the 10%, and if else, just use the 5%. So only small change is required. And if member type is regular, so that we can write with the case of else, because this is the remaining condition. So else, so what is the condition for this? If purchase is greater than 1000, then discount is 3% only. 0.3. Okay, and for this is 1%. Okay, so now this is the code, and finally what we will do, we will just print this discount. After this, print percentile, because this is a float value, and up to 2 decimal points, 0.2 f. Okay, so now discount. Okay, so now I hope this code is complete. So you can see how we have written this code, and then test it. Okay, so we got one wrong output. Let's see. What is this? Okay.
Sir, in silver,
Silver
5 for 5.
Oh, that is
0.05.
okay, okay, okay. Yeah, correct. That become a 50%. Okay, now they all correct. So all private is also passed. So yeah, this is the solution for. This is also same type of question, but here we are using some nested if else. So I hope this is clear.
Sir, can we see the full code in a slowly manner?
Okay, so you can see this is the first part where we have done the initialization for three variables. Then we have read the two inputs and store in our variable. Then this is the first condition for gold member. Okay, gold member. So if member type is G, and then if amount is greater than 1000, then 20% discount, otherwise 15% discount. The second part, else if member type is silver s. Okay, same things, amount is greater than 1000, then 10%, otherwise 5%, if else. Okay, then else part. So else part is the last remaining condition, so that is by default R. So the same condition, if greater than 1000, 3%, otherwise 1%. And then we are printing the discount up to 2 decimal point. Okay. Someone is raising hand. Yeah, Arvind. Arvind, do you have any query? Arvind Bodra. Okay.
Sir,
हाँ Arvind.
I was asking, could we also use switch case?
Switch case you can also use, so that we can do if else with the switch case things we can do with the if else, both alternate we can use.
Okay.
Okay, so which you are comfortable you can use.
Sir, another question.
हाँ.
Do we also have questions on strings like that?
No. So week 7 is not in the syllabus.
Okay, sir.
So array strings is not.
Okay.
Yes, someone is okay. Okay, so let's move to the third. So here the structure is different. Okay, so you can see 1 second. So in this problem statement, write a function called total. Okay, so this is a function definition is required. Do not write main or anything. So only function definition is required. That takes 3 positive integer. So most of the question, this type of template will also be given. Okay, so means that function name, parameters, and this open bracket and close bracket. Your task will be only the complete the body part. Okay, so that template you can remove also, but that is given from our side also, so you can directly write the body. Okay, so we are reading 3 input parameter in this function: start, end, and k as a parameter, where start is less than end. Okay, so start is smaller than end. The function should calculate and return the sum of all even number within the inclusive range from start to end. Inclusive means start and end value is also included. Okay, to checking. So that is divisible by k or not. So here there are two conditions is required actually. First we need to check even number also, and the number should also be divisible by k value. Then we need to write a sum of that these value. Okay, we need to return that. So that means we have one range. So in sample input you can understand we have one range from 2 to 14, where 2 and 14 are also included in this range. Okay, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So for these value we need to check which numbers are even and also divisible by 3. Okay, and sum of these value, that is the solution of 18. So here you can see these are the value which are even. 1 second. Yeah, 2, 4, 5, 10, the even number in between the and out of these 6 and 12. Okay, 6 and 12 are only divisible by 3 in these even number. So 6 plus 12 is 18. This is the answer. So this type of range questions where the condition is also there, so you need a loop actually. Okay, so you should have good understanding how you can run a loop for particular given range. So this is very simple. So definition. So that means do not read the input here anything. Your all input is given in the function parameter. So just try to complete your task. So just declare one variable like int I. Okay, so this is for the loop actually we have created. You can also write this inside the, you can also declare inside the loop body. Okay, so one is for the solution, so total. This variable total or like res, you can use anything. And initialize with this 0. So this is also very important here. If we are adding something in some variable, okay, so suppose we are adding we are checking some number with the condition. If condition is satisfied, we will add that number into a total variable. So in that case your total should be initialized with some value. Okay, so where's the your sum should be start. If you will not done this, so there might be a wrong answer. because by default some garbage value will be initialized in this. So your sum will be added into that garbage value and you will get a different answer. So just initialize this with some initial value 0 and then use this into the sum. So next step is just write a loop, okay, for the given range. So range is starting from start, where okay, start input. So I equal to start, okay, and this range will be reached till not this, okay, I is less than equal to, okay, this should be end at end, okay, and every time this will be increment by 1. So this is the loop. Now we have run a loop. I is starting from start, okay, it will end to this end value, equal sign is there, okay, so this is also include, and every time 1 will be increment. So now this loop structure is done. Inside this we need to check if our I value is even, because here we are using I value as an input number for the condition. So I, if I is even, so how we will check this even? Equal to 0. So this condition is for even condition, okay. So if I is even, then we will only check if that is divisible by k or not. So another condition, if I is divisible by k.
So it's small I.
Small I. Okay. So yeah. So first, if this condition is satisfied, then only we will check this condition. Okay. So this is the nested if. Okay. And if both conditions are satisfied, so that I we will add into our total. Total plus equal to and I. Okay. So now this become a logic inside the loop. So this condition will be checked for every I in this loop. Okay, so I will start from start value and till the end value. So those value will satisfy these two condition and will be added into the final result. And finally, after this loop, just return the okay. Here we need to return, not print. Return total. Okay. So this we have written. Now this you can see from the main function is reading the input, all inputs, and calling this function total. Okay, and our function should return some value total, that final result that will be replaced here, and that will be print by the main function. Okay, so here just do return statement, do not print. So this is the code for third problem. Let's test it. Oh, all failed. So what we missed? Oh, this comma. Okay. Now passed. Okay, all passed. Okay, so this is third problem. Any doubt, any query in this? Yeah, please open your mic and ask.
Sir, the question says that the variable start should be less than the variable end. So if it is other way around, we have to swap the numbers, right?
Sorry, start with end.
The question says that the variable start should be less than the variable end. So if end is less than start, we have to swap
No, no,
the.
no, 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 no. The question is not saying this. Question is saying that the start is less than end. This value is actually less than end. This is the constraint actually. In the
Um,
input, always this start value will be lesser than end value.
so the so
Means
the
this is
system.
the constraint for input actually. That means input will not be the like this start is 14 and end is 2.
Okay, okay. So the system won't give us the difficult one.
Which one? System command?
Sir, I mean the user, like the 14 won't be start and 2 won't be end.
So in this type of case, you can run a reverse loop. Okay, suppose if range starting value is higher and end value is smaller, then you can run a like a reverse loop. You can start with this and just use a reverse like this minus minus. So then
Okay.
all value will be read.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So you can just decide how you need to like run a loop in increasing way or a decreasing way. You can set up in your as required.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Any other query?
So we can also use the AND operator in that if statement to reduce the lines.
Ha, you can do. Yeah, correct. So if this condition is true and another condition, yeah, both you can.
Sir, sorry to interrupt. I wanted to say, sir, I didn't get the question. What is saying it? Can you please re uh,
Okay.
re re-explain the question, please?
Okay, write a function called total that takes three positive integer. Okay, so this is the integer value start, end, and k as parameters. Where start value is smaller than end. Okay, this is the condition. Now this is the parameters are given. Now question is asking the function should calculate and return the sum of all even number within the inclusive range from start to end. Inclusive range means this start and end value should also be included in the range, okay, that are divisible by k. So that means all even number in this range that are divisible by k, the sum of that numbers. So that means from 2 to 14, these are the even number. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. These are the even number. Out of these, which number are divisible by k value? So k value is given as a 3. So only this 6 and 12, these two well even value are divisible by 3. So the sum of these value the function will return. Okay, I hope this is clear. Otherwise, if otherwise you can also clarify your understanding with the sample input output or explanation like this if you have any doubt in the question statement.
Sir, how we will build the logic, sir?
So for this type of okay, so according to the question statement, what it is given that, so that means we need to figure out that what are the even numbers in this range actually. So we have to check all numbers from 2 to 14. So for this type of things, when we want to perform same type of operation with the each number in the given range, definitely we need a loop. Okay, suppose this range is given for a large like input, so this is 2 to 15, here 1 to 20 is given, here last 1 to 20 is given. Okay, so where the range is given and you need to perform some task on the each number of this range, definitely you need a loop actually. Okay, so that loop will provide each value into the body, and inside the body we need to check the if the in number is even or divisible by k, both condition. Okay, so we have written the condition for that inside the body. So by from the loop we are getting each number, so in the I variable. Okay, so this I variable is starting from this start point and reaching to the end point, and this is incrementing by 1 every time. Okay, so that means this I is just a iterative loop, and you will get each number in this range for this logic part. Okay, in the I. In this logic part, we are checking if our I is even. So how you will check the even? By this condition. Okay, so if even means if your number is divisible by 2 completely. Okay, and after even, if that number is also divisible by k value. Okay, so that is the second condition. So if the both condition is true, then just add that I into your total sum. Okay, so in this body your task will be done. Yeah, logic part, definitely you have to think logic part. We cannot say that we will teach you one logic, same type of logic, same logic will become in the exam. So in programming that is actually not works. So what you are just learning one logic, definitely logic may be different. Yeah, that is the just collection of some smaller logic. So in this problem, what we are doing, we are checking the number is even. So that is another problem, how to check the number is even or not. Then second is we are checking if number is divisible by k or not. So that is a another sub problem. Okay, and this task we need to done with every number in the given range, so that we are handling by the loop. So that is another problem. So that means some smaller problems subset are making a one another problem, big problem. So because of that, practice is required. Just practice with some smaller problem, do much practice, so you can solve the bigger problem with the help of some subset of smaller problem which you have already done in the practice. Okay, so this is straightforward question, not too much difficult logic is required for that. All conditions are given in the problem statement. That means what if conditional statement we require, and what type of loop we require. Okay, any other query?
Yes.
Okay, so let's move to the next. Okay, so this is the pattern actually. Okay, so write a function print pattern that takes an integer. So this is the like a second part type level of person. So here in the first part is one single loop is required, condition statement is required, that is done. Now for second part some level will be become high, but that is also you have already solved in your assignment, that type of persons. So not too much difficult. Sorry. So write a function print pattern that takes an integer n and print the following types of pattern. So let n equal to 5. So your pattern should be like this. Output should be like this. Here one is in the first line, one is printing, second is 2 1, then third line is 3 2 1, fourth line is 4 3 2 1, fifth line is 5 4 3 2 1. So that means we are starting from 1. In the first line we will start from 1, and that is the 1 point. Okay, so second line we will start from second and then 1. So each line we are reversing from that line number to 1. Okay, decreasing order. So that should be the type. Okay, if suppose input is 3, so that should be the your order. So this type of two-dimensional printing, we required a two nested loop actually. Okay, so one will handle a row line actually. Okay, so line, first line, second line, third line, fourth line, 5. So we need to print a 5 line. So first loop will handle the line number, second loop will handle inside that what we need to print inside the line. So that things will be handled by the second nested loop. So here this is the pattern, and you need to write a function for this. Okay, and your function should print this pattern. Okay, so no need to return anything. Their function type is also void, and you are getting this n as input. Okay, so first thing is just write a first loop. So for, because we need to print a n line. Okay, so what n value we are getting, we need to print that line. So int, so we are taking I, and we will start from I equal to 1, and this this is for the line actually. Okay, so how many lines we need to print? N line. So that means this should be reached at n, and every time this should be increment. So this is the first loop. Okay, so now we are getting I equal to 1. So for what we need to do for I equal to 1? Okay, so that means 1 should be printed in this line. Second, when I become a 2, so that means second line should be print completely. So that means 2 and 1, this should be print. So that will be handled by the nested loop. So second loop inside this we will run, and we use the another variable for that, like int j, and that will be start from, because every time you can see in third line, so our value is starting from 3, fourth line our value is starting from 4, fifth line our value is starting from 5, So that means line number, our value is starting from that line number actually. Okay, so that means line number is defined by this I. So J loop will start with this I value. Okay, so that means we will print this J. We will print this J in the each line, and that is starting from I value. And that will be reached to 1, equal to 1. Okay. So here you can see we are starting with greater value and moving to the smaller value. So that means our decrement should be happen. So J minus minus. Okay. So inside this, just print uh, print this uh, printf J value. Sorry. Print J. Okay. But after every line, okay, so every line, okay, so J1. Anything is given. Okay. There is one instruction or given here. There is no space after last digit in each line. So yeah, this is also one constraint. So you can see in the input, there is one space actually between 2 and 1, 3, 2, 2, 1, but there is no space after the last digit. So we have to handle this. So that means if so this print statement we need to handle because due to this space. You can also do that will I think not affect the output. Okay, okay, okay. So let's take the condition to handle this. If our that J is reached to 1, okay, so that in that case there is no space after that. So you can see we are not printing any space this percentile D. Okay, so there is no space in this, but otherwise we will print the space. Yeah. Okay, so I have added one space. If suppose if 3 is there, then space is there. So 2, then 1. Once we reached at the 1, then we will not add the space after this. So that is the condition. So this is for the line actually. This part is for the printing the line, that particular line. So that will start with I and decrease one by one and reach to the 1. But after completing of this line, our line should be changed. Okay, so you can see after printing 1, our cursor is moving to the next line. Okay, then after printing this line, cursor is moving to the next line. So how we will move to the next line? So that means after running this loop which is printing line, so we need a line, next line print movement. Okay, so that just a print statement with the new line character. So this, after printing the complete this line, this print statement will move the cursor into the next line. So next line will be print into a new line in your output. So this become a pattern. Let's run this. Okay, so you can see we are getting all pattern. Yeah, so 2 is there. So 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1. Okay, so all type pattern is there. Then submit button. Or test case pass. Okay. So this type of structure, matrix type of structure, matrix type of person we generally not giving because array is not introduced yet. Week 7 we will introduce. But this type of pattern base where 2-dimensional things is there. So that means rows is there and then each line have some content. So 2-dimensional data is printing. So in that case, 2 nested loop is required. So first will handle the line number like this, or second will handle the each line. Okay, so suppose if this pattern is start with 1 every time, so 1 1 2 3, like next line is 1 2, next third line is 1 2 3, then 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4 5, So how you will handle this? In that case, you will just set j equal to 1, and that should be less than equal to I. So j should be less than equal to I and j plus plus. So this is the only change required to print the another pattern. And this condition will also be changed. So if j equal to I, then do not enter the space, otherwise give the space. So that type of small change you can do based on the question statement. Okay, I hope this is clear. Any query in this? It is fine. Can we move to the next?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's move. Question number 5. Okay. So here you need to define a function. So same things. Question is Armstrong number is an definition is given. Is an n digit number if the sum of its digit each raised to the power of n is equal to the original number itself. So for example, 153 is given. So 3 digits are there in this number. Okay. So that means 3 digits. So for each digit, the power of 3 and add that. So 1 to the power 3 plus 5 to the power 3 plus 3 to the power 3. So that should generate the same number 153. So that is called as a Armstrong number. Okay. So now your task is to check the numbers actually. How many Armstrong's numbers are there in the given range? Okay. So 1 to 155. So the this function you need to write that take 3 integer a, b and count as parameter. So okay. So here that in function itself, yeah, pointer is there. So function is getting 3 pointer. Okay, a, b, and count all are pointers here. Okay, so the parameter counts all Armstrong number in between this given range, both inclusive, and store the count at the pointer count. Okay, so just store the value in your pointer count. So function does not return anything; it store the count value number at pointer count. Both value of pointer a and b are positive integer, and a is less than b. So this is the constraint given. So I hope this question is clear. So we need to find out how many Armstrong's numbers are there in the given range. Okay. So first you need to write a function declaration here because the declaration is not given. So this is the taking 3 pointer here. So you can see we are calling this function from main function. And how we will define this, declare this. Okay. So this is not returning anything. So void we can take and the function name count Armstrongs, but now all these are pointers. One second. Okay, so we will just make these as a pointer. So first integer and this is a pointer. Okay, we are defining a parameter for function name as a pointer. Value is passing as a address. You can see this is all our address. But here we need to receive this address into some pointer variable. So this should also be integer type of pointer, and this should also be an integer type of pointer. So we have defined all these 3 variables inside the function, and now this is the body. So this become our declaration of function. Now we need to write a body for this. So here same things, we need to find out a total number of count in the range. So that means we need a loop. So let's declare one counter variable here. So like int c equal to 0 we have defined, and then run a loop for int I. Okay, that I should be start with value of a. Okay, but this value, this a is a pointer here. So how we will read the value of a? They will dereferencing. So just use asterisk a. Okay, this is the dereferencing, means we are reading the value stored at that pointer. So that is now read like this from the pointer. So this is the first value, then I should be less than equal to same things, value of b, and then I plus plus. So this become our loop. Okay. Now for each, now okay, so here the very important task is here. So we need to perform the task for every digit of the given number. So what number is the we are getting the range, so I 1 2 3 4 5 like this. But for each number we need to figure out the digit actually to check that number is a Armstrong or not. So like this 153, so this is a integer one value 153, but we need to break this into three digit 153, and we need to square that and then sum, then check it is equal or not. So that type of question is also discussed in the assignments. If any number is given, then how you can identify that, how many digits are there in that, how many you can count that if any particular digit in that number. So that you can do with the help of while loop. And so if suppose this 153 is there, okay, so how you can figure out that what is the last digit. So just just apply the division on this flow, not sorry, reminder operation, modulo operator is this, okay. So 153 modulo operator by 10. So that operation will be return a reminder part. So return reminder will be 3. If you divide 153 by 10, so what would be the reminder? So that is a 3. So in this way we can separate the digit, and after getting the digit, just make your main value in the integer part. So first thing we will get the remainder, second thing we will make this 153 into a 15, so that means we will remove the last digit. So how that we will do, we will simply perform a division operation. So 153 divide by 10, so that integer part will become only, okay, quotient part, so that is 15. So in this way we can break the number into a digits. So let's write the code for this. Okay, so some variable we required, so integer or original number, because we required a original number to store. After that we will break that number into a digit and we will calculate the sum of power of all digits. So mm, okay, so int, so original number, so like original number, and we need a reminder variable because we will store reminder also, and final result. Okay, result we are using to store the sum of all these powers of digits, so that we are starting with 0, and n value we want to make the total number of digit count actually in the number, so that we are also assigning 0. So these variables we required. So let's first count the digits, how many digits are there. So while our original numbers, okay, so original number does not equal to 0, okay, but we have not set the original number because that should be set to I, original, so I, okay, so because we are checking for each I here. So now we are checking how many digits in the I. So now this is the way, so that we will write the original number and we will just divide by divide equal to 10 and increment our I. So in this way you will get a total number of digits in n. So what we are doing, suppose 153. 153 is the original number. We are dividing by 10. So what will remain? 15. Okay. So we will increment 1. Then again we will divide 15 by 10. So we will get a 1. Okay. So then again increment this 2. Then we will again divide by 1 by 10. So now we will get a 0. So during this while process, we will get a 3 count. So that is 153 contains the 3 digits. Okay. So in this way, we can count the digits. Okay. So this is the first step. Oh, sorry. Okay. Now the next step is, because we have changed the original number, we will set again this, because we again need to task perform this. So while same type of loop we will run again. Original. Now this time we will read a value and we will make the power of that does not equal to 0. So this time we will extract each digit and we will calculate the power of that, power of n actually. Now we know that how many digits are there, so this become a power. So in this case, same things. Now reminder. So the reminder is just like equal to original value and this operation. Okay, so this will return a reminder. Okay, and now we will reduce our original value by the same logic, this one. Things. Okay, and now result will calculate the sum, like 153 1 to the power 3 plus 5 to the power 3 plus 3 to the power 3. So all this calculation we required here. So result equal to, so math or function we can directly use here. So that means reminder and second is n. This is plus equal to. This result will calculate the power of each reminder. Reminder is just a digit. Okay, so that is adding the power of each digit, and finally we will get a result total sum, and then we will check after this while loop. So this while loop is checking that what is the final result we get, and after this loop just check if your result is equal to I. Okay, so I is the same number which we are checking this is a Armstrong or not. Okay, so this result is equal to I, so we will increment our count that this is a Armstrong number. Okay, so this become a increment, and finally here outside of the complete loop we will set this value count to our this variable. Okay, because here we no need to print this equal to C. So this is now stored into the pointer. C value is stored into the pointer, and this pointer is readed here. So we are printing this count here, so that value will be printed. So this logic is very important. Just keep this in your mind, how you can break the digits. Okay, and how you can count the digits, how you can read each digits. Okay, so maybe some questions like count this number of digits in your number. Like suppose 15555 is given, and just your task is just count that 5. Okay, how many fives are there? So you can perform that task with this type of code. Okay, so by this part we are just checking the power value. Okay, power value is just a digit, total number of digits in the value. In second part we are just extracting each digit and calculating the power of that and adding into the result, so that we are getting result, and then we are checking that result is equal to the number itself. So that means that is a Armstrong's number, and that value we are assigning to the final pointer. Okay, so any query in this? So this is important. Okay, this type of logic is important for the OPP exam. Just keep this practice. how to separate the digits or how to read the digits in the number. Okay. Any query in this, or shall we move to the last question? All silent.
So can you explain the logic once more?
Okay. So let's explain on the notepad. So just understand that you have like any integer number like 1, 5, 3, 2, like this. Okay. This is integer number. This is an integer number. This is just a one value. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So how we can just break this value, like how we can count the digits, how we can separate each digit, and we can perform the operation. So for this, just run a like while loop we will run, because this is the original value. Okay, this is the starting value. But how we can count the digits in this? So we will run a loop like while, suppose this is a, so a does not equal to 0. Okay, and inside this we are just running a loop like a equal divide equal to, or we can write simple a equal to a by 10. Okay, and our counting, like suppose if n equal to 0, so that n plus plus. So how this operation is working actually? So initially this a equal to 1, 5, 3, 2. Now in this loop, this a is not equal to 0, so we are entering inside the loop. So now we are performing operation 1, 5, 3, 2 by 10. So this is a integer operation. You can see this is also integer value, this is also integer value. If we perform this division with the integer, so that will only return a integer part, because our a value is also integer, so the only integer part will be come here. Okay, so that means just divide this value, so what you will get 153 only, correct? So yani one digit is removed, 153 you will get a, and float value will be discarded. So 153, so one digit is removed, so our one counter will be increment, and initially it was 0, so n become 1. Now again your a become 153, so a become 153, still it is not equal to 0. Again perform the same operation, so 153 divided by 10, so what value will come? Only 15. Okay, so now your n will increment by one more, so n become 2. Okay, same things, still it is not equal to 0, so a equal to 1, 5 divided by 10. So now only quotient part will come, integer part will come 1. Okay, so now n become 3. So again still a is not equal to 0, so a equal to 1 by 10. Now you will get a 0, and n become 4 at that point. Your null condition is satisfied, and then this loop will break. So by this loop, we got the total number of digits, 4. Okay. So for the Armstrong's number 153, actually this number of digits is actually become a power of each. So total number of digits are 3. So 1, 3 plus 5 to the power 3 plus 3 to the power 3. And this should also become 153, this result. Okay, so because of that, we are first finding out the total number of digits to use here, this power. Okay, so this is the first loop we are performing, but that this become a, we got this power value, but we need to perform this power operation with each digit. So same type of operation, while a does not equal to 0, we will perform with the each digit. So n we already know now. Okay, so n we already know like 4. Okay, for this value, original value 1, 5, 3, 2. So now again, this time we only just counting the value, we are not using any digit, but we need now digits. So how we will get the digits here? So just perform a modulo operation, a reminder. So reminder means what is the last remaining value, equal to 1532 reminder 10 modulo 10. So this operation will divide this by 10 but only return the remainder value. So after dividing by 3, 153 will completely divisible, and 2 will be the remaining value after that. So that 2 will come in this value. Okay, so remainder value you will get a 2. So that means you got a this digit, and then your next task is to find out the next digit. So that means your you should this value should be reduced to 3 digits. So we are performing the same thing. So a equal to a divided by 10. So this become a 153, like so similar to this. But now our task is to calculate the power of this 2 to the power 4. Okay, because we have already done. So that we are just adding this result equal plus equal to. Okay, so that means what is the, this is the value digit 2, and this is the power 4. Okay, so POV, this is the math function that directly calculate 2 to the power 4. Okay, so that we have added one time. Again this loop will run, and same things. Now 153 modulo 10, this will return a 3. Okay, and same things we will do with uh, here power 3 comma 4. Okay, so 3 to the power 4, and we will add into this result. So that means 2 to the power 4 plus 3 to the power 4 is calculated. Now again this digit become a 1 5 only, so we will just perform a modulo operation 1 5 modulo 10, and then you will get only 5, this digit. Okay, so that is 5 to the power 4 plus, then last will be become 1 modulo 10, you will get a 1. So that become a 1 to the power 4 by this result. So finally you will get this value into your result, and after that just check this calculation is coming to the same of your original value. Okay, what was the 1532? So that is equal to this calculation. If yes, just count your that number as a Armstrong number. So that we are doing in your code. Okay, so here we are counting the power value, because this and number of digits is as working as a power in this case. Then we are just using this as a, for each digit we are calculating this power and adding into the result, and then finally we are checking if our final result is equal to the same number, then increment this count as a Armstrong number, otherwise not. And finally saving the result into the pointer. So this is the step-by-step process. Okay, I hope this is clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's move to the last. Okay, so as you know that you have already discussed this binary to decimal, decimal to binary in the beak 1 and beak 2. So here the thing is, this is the binary representation is given 1 1 1, but this is a binary representation. Okay, just consider this as a binary number. This is given as a integer or long integer, but consider this as a binary number according to the question. Okay, but what is the decimal equivalent of this binary number? So suppose if you have this 1 1 1 1, this is equivalent decimal number is 15. Okay, so I hope you know this binary or decimal to binary or binary to decimal. So this type of input is given. So for this case, how we calculate actually binary to decimal? So the 1 1 1 1 is given. What is the equivalent decimal is 15. So how we calculate this? So the way of the calculation is the same. Here again, this is given as an integer value, but we need, so calculation is done like this. So 1 1 1 1, we have 4 digit. So this one should be multiplied with 2 to the power 0. Okay, then plus this should be multiplied with 2 to the power 1. This should be multiplied with 2 to the power 2. Okay, this should be multiplied with 2 to the power 3. Like first digit 2 to the power 0. So we can write like this. So 1 into 2 to the power 0 plus 1 into 2 to the power 1 plus 1 into 2 to the power 2 plus 1 into 2 to the power 3. Okay, now just add this. So 2 to the power 0 is 1, so 1 plus 2 to the power 1 is 2, so this become a 2, plus 2 to the power 2 is a 4, plus 2 to the power 3 is a 8. Add this, you will get a 15. So similar thing, suppose 1 0 0 1 is given. How you will calculate? So 1 into 2 to the power 0 plus 0 into 2 to the power 1 plus 0 into 2 to the power 2 plus 1 into 2 to the power 4, 3. So you will get a 1 plus 0 plus 0 plus 8. 1 second. Okay, so this become a 9. This is the equivalent to the 9. So this task we have to done by the code. So similar things here again, so same things we need to break the digits, and from the first digit should be multiply with this value, second digit should be multiplied by this value. Okay, so 0 to the power 1, then to the power 2 to the power 3. So this should be the similar type of the previous question. So how we can do this? So we have the math function, or power function is already given here. Okay, if math library is not given, you can also calculate power function like this. Okay, otherwise you can use the math library. Okay, so how we can do this? Same things now, because okay, so original number is b, binary number is b. So let's so final our calculation is total. Okay, so power, one thing, power will should be start with 0. So we are using one term or as a power value. Okay, so term equal to 0. We are starting with the 0, and every time we will increment this, because every digit we are incrementing the power value, 2 to the power 0, then 2 to the power 1, 2 to the power 2, like this. And finally decimal, what is the equivalent decimal value? So that is the final result. And now run a loop. That, so this is while, same things, while our b does not equal to 0. Okay, let's increment the font size. Okay, so this while loop we have make the same type of condition, and the same things we will do. So decimal, so decimal is just a addition of that part. Okay, so that is simple, decimal plus equal to. Okay, so plus equal to. Now what is the remainder part? So we are just figuring out the remainder value, so that is simply b and remainder value and 10. Okay, this should be multiply with, this part should be multiply with a power function is already given, so we can call that power, and that power we need to pass x to the power y. Okay, so that means 2x is now 2 here, and power is term. Okay, so this is simple, last digit multiply with 2 to the power 0, because term is now, first step term is 0, and add that value into your decimal value, and next step just reduce your value, so that is just a b equal to b divided by 10. We have removed the last value, and increment your power term. Okay, so that plus plus. So in this loop, every digit will be multiplied by 2 to the power, step by step, 0, then 1, then 2, then like this. So we will get a final decimal into this result test. And this should be, so according to the question statement, this result should be stored into the pointer D. So that pointer is given. So just store your result into the pointer. So asterisk D into equal to that your decimal value. So now this is the only task. Okay, something is wrong. is given undeclared. Okay, term. Sorry, all these are int. This is also not defined. I think all things. Okay, so now you can see for 1000 we are getting 8 decimal. So that means 0 is multiplying by 2 to the power 0 plus 0 is multiplying by 2 to the power 1 plus 0 is multiplying by 2 to the power 2 plus 1 is multiplying by 2 to the power 3. So all will remain become 0 and only 1 into 2 to the power 3 will become result. So in this way, this value is calculating. So same thing, we are performing the operation on the digits. So it's the same type of logic we can perform. To getting the digits, just perform modulo operation. To reducing the main number, just removing the digit, just perform the division operation with the integer. Okay, so in this way you can read each digits in the number. Okay, so that is passing private test case. Private test case. Okay, so yeah, this is the last. This was the last question. Any query in this? Any doubt? Any query, anyone? Okay, so as I said that here the question level is little bit tricky, but in the OPP exam questions will be compared. So this logic is very important. As I said that this maybe some person may use this logic also in the OPP exam. Okay, so keep this logic in your mind and understand this logic. So questions will be easy. So just solve all the OPP questions. Any query, anyone? Otherwise, we will close the session.
No, sir.
Okay. Okay, then if there's no query, just we are closing the session. All the best, all of you. Just make practice for the OP exam. Okay.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Can we practice PYQs of OPP? Will it be helpful for us?
OPP PYQ are available.
I think I haven't checked, but I think they are.
I'm not
Sorry,
sure
I
because
will.
generally we not release that PYQs of the OPP exam. But the questions are will be very similar. Your graded assignment, practice assignment, all these like similar to your OPP, this mock we are doing.
Okay, sir.
Okay, but generally we not release the question paper with the OPP.
Okay, okay, got it.
But if you have already done your GA or GRP or PPAs by your own, definitely this question OPP exam will be easy for you. Okay. Any other query? If no, then we are closing the session. Thanks everyone. All the best for the OPP exam.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Bye.